Part 1. The Empty Theater. It was April 2015, a Wednesday night I'll never forget. I had no school the next day, so I made plans with my girlfriend and my 9-year-old little brother to see It Follows in a small local theater. Normally, we went to bigger theaters, packed with people, noisy, bright, alive. But this time, it was different. The theater we chose was tucked away, almost hidden, and when we walked in, the silence hit me first. Not the comfortable kind of silence you get before a movie starts, but a hollow silence, like a church after midnight. The seats were mostly empty, row after row of faded red cushions stretching into the shadows. For a second, I thought we had the place all to ourselves, and the thought almost comforted me, until my little brother tugged on my arm. There, he whispered. Up in the farthest corner of the back row, half hidden by the shadows, sat a man. Alone. A dark gray hoodie covered his head, and the angle of the light made sure his face stayed buried in blackness. He didn't move, didn't flinch, didn't even look at the screen. He just sat there, slouched like a forgotten statue. I brushed it off. People come alone to movies all the time. No big deal, right? We chose seats in the middle section, me on the aisle, my girlfriend beside me, and my little brother at the edge. I tried to shake off the feeling crawling on my spine. The previews rolled. The theater lights dimmed. The movie started. For a while, I focused on the screen, forcing myself into the story. But then I heard it. A shuffle. A faint creak of shoes against the sticky theater floor. Behind us. I turned, and my stomach dropped. The man was no longer in the corner. He had moved. Part 2, the movement. At first, I tried to rationalize it. Maybe he wanted a better view. Maybe the sound was off in the back row. Nothing sinister. But then, 5 minutes later, I turned again. And he was closer. The way he moved was strange. He didn't slide into a new seat casually, the way most people would. It was slow, deliberate, like every step had been planned. By now, he was sitting 4 or 5 rows behind us. His hood still shadowed his face, his head bent slightly downward. From the flicker of the screen, I could just make out the pale outline of his hands. Still, motionless, resting in his lap, or maybe hiding something. I whispered to my girlfriend, my voice thin, "Don't look right away," but the guy keeps moving closer. She gave a small shrug, half annoyed. So what? He's just watching the movie. But I knew something was off. I could feel it. That crawling sensation at the base of my skull, that pressure in my chest, the primal instinct that tells you you're being watched. Another glance, another jolt in my stomach. He had moved again. Now he was only 2 rows back, not in the corner anymore, directly behind us. I couldn't even see his eyes, but I didn't need to. I felt his stare drilling into me, unblinking, steady. Every time the screen flashed bright, the edge of his hood glowed, but his face stayed hidden, swallowed in shadow. I thought about standing up, about asking him what the hell he was doing. But fear chained me to the seat. I was 16, skinny, no match for some grown man who clearly had something in mind. Then my little brother leaned toward me and whispered, "I need to go to the bathroom." I told him to be quick, trying to sound calm. But inside, panic screamed at me. My brother walked off down the aisle. His small figure vanished into the hallway. I turned back to check on the man, and the seat was empty. Part 3, the bathroom. My chest seized up. I shot out of my seat and hurried down the aisle, ignoring my girlfriend's confused whisper. The hallway outside the theater was dim, humming with the buzz of old fluorescent lights. That's when I saw him. The man in the hoodie. He wasn't gone. He hadn't left. He was slipping into the men's bathroom, and my little brother was in there. My heartbeat pounded so loud it drowned out every other sound. I sprinted, shoving the door open. Inside, the light was harsh and sickly. The smell of damp tiles and bleach filled the air. And then I froze. The man was on his knees, his hoodie still pulled low, his head tilted to the floor. He was crawling, leaning down, peering under the locked stall doors, moving from one to the next, hunting. The image burned into me. His hands pressed flat against the tile, his back hunched like an animal. And then, he stopped. Slowly, he turned his head toward me. For the first time, I saw part of his face. Not much, just his eyes. Wide, glinting, hungry. He didn't look shocked that I was there. He didn't even flinch. If anything, he looked pleased. And then I heard it. My brother's voice. But it came from outside the bathroom. down the opposite hall. He had gone to a different restroom. He was safe. Relief hit me so hard my knees almost gave out, but fear kept me rooted in place. The man rose slowly, deliberately, pulling his hood tighter as if to remind me that I would never see his face. I backed out, nearly tripping, and grabbed my girlfriend and brother. We ran straight to the front desk, breathless, my words tumbling over themselves as I begged the clerk to call the police. They pulled the security footage. We watched as the man moved seat by seat, row by row, closer and closer to us. We watched him vanish into the bathroom, but his hood never came down. His face never appeared. And when the police arrived, it was already too late. He was gone. No name, no arrest, no trace. To this day, I think about it. If my brother had chosen the other bathroom that night, if he had been inside one of those stalls, what would I have found when I opened that door?